Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, I'm going to be stepping into the role of your personal mentor, and we're going to navigate the messy, often confusing realities of the global job market together. We'll be pulling direct, unfiltered insights straight from the brilliant delegates of the World Bank Youth Summit. So, if you've been feeling completely exhausted or frustrated by the job hunt lately, take a breath because you are exactly in the right place. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive right into this really powerful observation from Alicia in Poland. She just hits the nail on the head here. It perfectly captures that incredibly common global frustration of doing everything right. You get the degree, you study late into the night, but then you step out into an economy that simply won't hire you. Why? Because the theory you learned just doesn't map on to what they practically need on a Tuesday morning at the office. So that brings us to the ultimate question we're tackling today. How on earth do you build a career when the whole system just feels entirely stacked against you? It's daunting, for sure. But listen, I'm going to give you a realistic, step-by-step roadmap to overcome these massive hurdles. We're going to look the challenges right in the eye, and then we're going to break down exactly how you can navigate around them. Section 1, the reality check, validating the global struggle. First things first, we absolutely need to acknowledge the facts on the ground. Because trust me, you are not alone in this fight. What is honestly staggering is the sheer global scale of these obstacles. We're talking about a lack of meritocracy in Somalia, corruption in Uganda and Nigeria, and a total missing link when it comes to professional networks in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So if you're struggling, remember this. The barriers usually aren't about a lack of your personal talent. These are deeply rooted systemic issues. Sometimes it literally is the system, not you. Rhythm, a delegate from India, pointed this out perfectly. The talent and the ambition in our generation, it is absolutely there. The real problem is that the bridge connecting your ambition to a tangible, paying job is completely broken. So our job today is to figure out how you can just go ahead and build your own bridge. Moving on to Section 2, bridging the skills gap, theory versus practice. Let's look at how we transition from academic theory to actual workplace readiness. The crucial shift you need to make right now is moving away from relying solely on generalist degrees. Let's be real, employers aren't just looking for what you memorized for a final exam. The modern market desperately needs your professional judgment. They need your critical problem-solving skills and your AI literacy, specifically applied to real-world, highly unpredictable environments. Deborah's insight here brilliantly captures this exact tension. Getting job-ready on paper with a shiny new degree is a completely different ballgame from being workplace-ready in practice. You have to be able to prove to an employer that you can actually handle the messy, day-to-day reality of business operations. So how do you actually bridge that gap? Well, to bypass those traditional gatekeepers, you really need to start leveraging learning hubs. These are digital platforms where you can earn verifiable certificates that prove to the world you have the exact practical digital skills the modern market is begging for right now. This is exactly how you show employers, hey, I don't just know the theory, I can actually do the work. Section 3, the infrastructure engine, local value addition. Now, digital skills are fantastic, but let's be realistic. They aren't enough if there are literally no local industries around to hire you. Listen to Ken Kaw, who is currently building a business in Cameroon. He makes a crucial point. We must focus on localized industrial pragmatism. We can't just sit around begging massive corporations to drop jobs into our laps. We have to build the foundational infrastructure that makes hiring local youth an absolute necessity. Think about the ripple effect here. Building something as simple, practical, and localized as solar drying technology for agriculture inherently kicks off a massive chain reaction. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you have a sustainable demand for technical maintenance roles to keep the machines running, logistics coordinators to move the product, and managers to oversee it all. Creating local value addition is the real secret to scaling businesses and generating actual sustainable jobs. Section 4, scaling up, transforming the informal economy. I know that for a lot of you watching this, the formal sector isn't even an option on the table right now. So we are going to tackle this head on. Just look at this number, 80%. It's honestly staggering. In many African nations, like Mauritania, for example, informality exceeds 80% of the market. That means informal work isn't just operating on the margins, it literally is the entire economy. We absolutely cannot ignore it. We have to figure out how to empower it. So, to survive and ultimately scale in these kinds of environments, we have to look at what Delegate Tony Mofa calls the twin-track strategy. It's a really brilliant framework because it's all about doing two vital things at exactly the same time. You basically have two primary paths here. You can take the evolution approach, which is digitizing the survivalist businesses that already exist on the ground, like, say, introducing mobile money at a traditional open-air market. Or you can take the revolution approach, which means building entirely new gig economy platforms from the ground up. Now, both have massive upsides, but they also carry significant risks if you try to do them in isolation. Because of those risks, the most successful path forward for youth entrepreneurship is a hybrid roadmap. First, you stabilize and digitize existing businesses so you can get immediate financial inclusion. Then you transition those businesses into larger, scalable digital platforms, making absolutely sure that you are building in digital protections and safety nets for the workers every step of the way. And hey, if you think everyday people won't adapt to new tech, think again. Shreya from India made a fantastic point about this. If you build digital tools that actually solve people's daily nagging problems, like India's UPI payment system did, even users with very limited formal education will adopt them rapidly. The technology just has to be incredibly useful above all else. Bringing us to Section 5, the Mentor's Toolkit, your professional roadmap. Let's pull all of this amazing insight together into your personal toolkit for building resilience in an uncertain market. Honestly, grab your phone and take a screenshot right now because this is your playbook. Focus ruthlessly on AI literacy. Use global learning hubs to completely bypass the gatekeepers in your local area. Build a digital network that spans the entire globe to overcome local job scarcity. And whatever you do, consciously cultivate your adaptability and your professional judgment. I also want to give you a quick behind-the-scenes reality check. The delegates who are out there making a real impact at the World Bank Summit right now, they're the ones who put in the quiet, unglamorous hours. They're in their hotel rooms practicing their pitches in the mirror, they're double-checking their tech, and they were building their networks long before the spotlight ever hit them. Professional resilience means knowing that success is entirely in the preparation. Before we wrap up, I want you to really absorb this fantastic advice from Christina in Greece. As you go out and use all these new platforms, please, do not let AI do the thinking for you. Use it to augment your own critical judgment and to elevate your totally unique human perspective. I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. The current system might be broken. It might be full of gatekeepers and outdated academic theory, but you have unprecedented digital tools right at your fingertips to build your own path. You don't just have to be a job seeker anymore. So the question is, what will you co-create tomorrow? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see what you build.